А перед просмотром данного видеоролика советую вам подписаться на мой канал. Ну как советую, скорее прошу. Подпишитесь, поставьте лайк под этим видео. Вам ведь не сложно, а мне будет очень приятно. Приятного просмотра. Ребята, здравствуйте, с вами канал Mr.ASFAS, и сегодня вторая серия по прохождению игрушки L.A.Noire. Приступим? У нас тут рядом, я так понял, с каким-то бутиком убили мужика. Давайте его осмотрим. Там что-то блестит. Так. Голову и руки. Давайте прям с головы начнем. Карманы. И все? Нет? Голова ничего. На руке вроде бы тоже ничего. Так, что у нас здесь? Пусто. А здесь? Ага, что-то нашел. Так. Галетта какая-то.
All right. Yes, it's a dead person.
C. Galetta. Layaway receipt. Pearl earrings. Made out to Bank of Arcadia.
Так, ну ладно, ставим это там. Что у нас? Ага, вот он. Не показалось.
Shell cases. These look like 32s.
Гильзы, так. И куда же советую?
What now?
We'll keep the witnesses on ice until you're ready, Cole. Why don't you have a look around?
Поисками. Может, ты что-нибудь скажешь? А, мужик, давай, скажи мне что-нибудь. Помоги.
Show's over. Keep moving, all of you.
Так, понятно, ничего нету.
Officer, please tell me what's going on.
Ладно. Не знаю, что делать. Ходят они все куда-то. Так, показалось или тут что-то есть? Ага, понятно.
FN Browning. Serial number 01138. Might need to run it by a gun store.
Eagleson's gun store's a couple blocks from here. This guy in the crowd thinks he saw something, Cole. You better take a statement.
Этот парень сейчас.
Sir, I'm Officer Phelps. What exactly did you see?
I heard the shots. I thought it was a car backfiring. I saw a girl run at the shoe store.
Don't you people have anything better to
Так,
do?
понятно.
Speak to the witness before homicide arrives, Phelps. If you think she's lying, don't be afraid to get forceful. Verbally, of course. And don't accuse her of anything without proof. Lawyers love that shit. And if you're sure she's straight up, try the general approach. See what you can coax out of her.
Понятно. Вон сидит дура, как я не заметил-то. Ну иди сюда, иди.
I'm Officer Phelps, miss. I'm here about the shooting. Did you know the victim?
He was my boss, Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage's first name.
Everett.
And you are?
Galleta.
Галета?
Galleta.
Вот и галета. Так, ну нажимайся. Чё у меня опять зависло что-то? Не дай бог.
You think you can tell me exactly what happened, miss?
I look around the shops at lunch. I was in a store when Mr. Gage, my boss, bursts in yelling that I'm late on my lunch.
And?
We came back. I was angry. I walked in front. I heard shots. I turned and saw Mr. Gage fall.
Да вы посмотрите на нее. Вот вы скажете, что она говорит правду? Вот, даже подсказки говорят, обвините свидетеля во лжи.
You're lying, Miss Coletta. You know what happened and why. You're going to tell me.
There's nothing to tell. I've done nothing wrong.
Глазки-то бегают, бегают. Так, вот по квитанции.
Your pearl earrings, Miss Coletta. You've been paying for them for a whole year. Stop lying and tell me what happened at the jewelry store.
Oh God! I won't lose the earrings, will I?
You could lose your freedom, you little fool, if you don't stop obstructing a murder investigation.
Mr. Kalu. Edgar Kalu. He runs the jewelry store. He showed me a lovely watch. Mr. Gage bursts in. Mr. Kalu gets very angry with Mr. Gage, and they start yelling at each other. Mr. Gage tells me that all of the things in the store are junk, nickel-plated, made in Japan, and yells at me to get back to work.
Then what happened?
We get back here, and I hear a loud bang. Mr. Gage clutches at his back. I hear another bang, and another, and another. Mr. Gage falls to his knees. It looked very painful.
Так, не буду скрывать, я уже этот эпизод проходил на запись. И, блин, в самый последний момент у меня игрушка зависла, и запись просто крашнулась, и был ужас. Поэтому прохожу не в первый раз.
Hartfield. Broadway, between 5th and 6th.
Did you see the person who shot Mr. Gage?
Of course I did. Mr. Kalu looked very angry. He kept firing the gun. He kept pulling the trigger. He threw the gun in a bin and turned and walked away.
Вот опять то же самое выражение лица. Врет. Врет, врет.
You're making me angry, Miss Coletta. Is that what you want? Tell me why Mr. Kalu shot Mr. Gage.
Mr. Gage hates Jews. A lot of people do. It's not my fault if he has nice things.
Мотив есть,
How many
отлично.
shots did you hear, Miss Coletta?
It's difficult to remember. It sounded like there were so many, and they were so loud.
Ну, здесь еще можно поверить. Но все равно какие-то странные эмоции очень у нее. Я это знаю ответы уже, но все равно. Сложно очень допрашивать.
Well, there was one bang, and then another, and then three very quickly, close together. 5.
Thank you for your help, ma'am. You've been very brave. We'll need you to make a formal statement about what happened, Mr. Gage.
Does that mean I can still collect my... Never mind. Yes, officer, I'll make a statement.
Так самое веселое, что я еще и проходил 2 раза.
We have the murder weapon.
And the murder. Girl saw it all. Our killer works at a jewelry store called Hartfield's.
That's a couple of blocks from here.
Thinking what I'm thinking?
Tate, maintain the perimeter.
Еще за прошлую запись я понял, что, оказывается, можно вводить не самому. То есть, если зажать U, кнопку русскую, то можно своего напарника затрясти в, соответственно, машину, чтобы он нас довел до места назначенного. Да пофиг. Это было близко. Я, может, сюда поворачиваю, долбанутый. Чё ты вышел? Я тебе сейчас попиликаю, да. Вышел он еще что-то. Пошел ты. Пиликать он еще тут будет. У нас тут полиция. Да, вот так вот. Знаете, почему я это делаю? Нет, не потому, что у меня руки из жопы, а потому, что мы полиция. Мы делаем все, что хотим. Да, вот так вот. Все серьезно. И, кстати, сейчас мы направляемся в оружейный магазин. Даун, ты виноват, это все ты, это не я. Гидрант, к черту. Эпичная парковка. В миллиметре от какой-то там девушки.
Officer,
Привет, мужик.
what can I do you for?
Officers Phelps and Dunn, sir, Wilshire Division. We need you to trace a serial number.
Sure. What's the make and model?
FN Browning, model 1922. The serial number is 01138.
You don't say. Well, I didn't sell it. Europeans love them, but it's pretty rare you find one over here. Although I did have one in here a couple of weeks back.
Remember the owner?
Yeah. Caillou. Edgar Caillou was his name. Thing looks like he'd never been fired, but he brought it in here for cleaning anyway. Then he bought a box of cartridges and he left.
You know where we can find Mr. Kalu?
Told me he was on his lunch break. Said he worked at Hartfield jewelry store just up on Broadway.
Thanks for your help.
Ну, теперь поехали за нашим Кэллоу. Какое же имя? Да ладно, нормальное имя, чего что. В смысле? А что это без книжки? Так, ювелирный магазин. Выберем. Все, поехали. Может, попробуем по правилам ездить? Ну это надолго, но все же. Опа, поехали. А, нет, ну нафиг. Я не буду ездить по правилам. Это отвратительно скучно, во-первых. И во-вторых, блин, это... Тут такие долгие светофоры. У меня получасовой ролик монтируется 1,5 часа в Вегасе, господи. А мне тут светофоры ждать, ага, сейчас.
Officer, can I interest you in a new watch?
Officer Cole Phelps, are you Edgar Kalu?
No. Mr. Kalu is out back. He said he'd lie down. I'll buzz him for you.
Son of a bitch!
Uh-huh.
Go, Cole, go!
Хорошая фраза. Там, по-моему, эти были хачи какие-то стояли, как будто бы. И такие: офицер, спасите нас, мы работаем уже 3 месяца без передышки, пожалуйста, помогите нам. Да-да, так все и было.
Too late, Kalu!
Да пофиг, так уже.
Stop or I will shoot!
I can't believe my eyes.
Edgar Kalu, you're under arrest for the murder of Everett Gage.
The case that makes you, and the case that breaks you. The one you never solve, the one that keeps you awake at night. The case that gnaws at your guts and ruins your marriage. The case that keeps you propping up a bar as you relive the what-ifs, the might-have-beens, the half-leads, and the half-truths. The case that other cops murmur about whenever you walk past. The case you never, ever discuss.
God's mill may grind slowly, but it grinds finely, son. I hear it's you who knocked down Malefactor from the shooting yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Then tell me, Boyle, I hear you're quite the climber, a man of initiative. How would you like a chance at smiting this man with the sword of justice?
You're asking me to conduct the interview, sir?
I am, young Phelps. You've only been with us a short time and you've assembled yourself a stellar arrest record. Not to mention the fine work you did in the war, sending heathens back to the hell they came from. But I'm curious as to whether you can turn your hand to interrogation. Takes a certain animal cunning, lad. Do you think you might be ready for that?
Yes, sir. I think I am.
Good man. You need many things for a conviction, young Phelps. A motive, opportunity, hard evidence, and best of all, a confession. If you fail in the former, you can always use a modicum of violence to obtain the latter. How are you feeling, lad?
Fine, sir.
Very good. The evidence is overwhelming. May the cat eat him and the cat be eaten by the devil. Bring me a confession, young Phelps. This is your chance. Don't fail me.
Has my lawyer arrived yet? I want to see my lawyer.
A lawyer can't help you, Mr. Kalu. You shot a man dead in cold blood. You're going to have to pay for that.
Так, ну, давайте спорки с
You
Гейджем.
followed Everett Gage and the girl back to the shoe store. You put 5 rounds in Gage's back.
Gage was a bastard. Whatever he got what was coming. But it had nothing to do with me.
Да, серьезно? Глазки-то бегают. Конечно же, ложь.
You shot Gage, and we know why. We can put you at the scene.
You can't prove anything.
Ну, почему? Мы же опознали подозреваемого.
We know all about the argument. Miss Galetta made a statement.
You're counting on the girl? You think her testimony is going to stand up in court?
You're going to the gas chamber, Edgar.
That Jew-hating fuck couldn't leave me alone. I had a sale. That girl was ready to buy.
Ага. То есть, все, есть уже что-то такое. Ребят, заранее с вами попрощаюсь. Я не хочу, чтобы получилось снова так же, чтобы у меня просто взяла и зависла игра. Сейчас пройдет кат-сцена, вот, после которой наступит новое, так сказать, расследование уже нового преступления. Спасибо за просмотр. Подпишитесь на канал, мне будет очень приятно. С вами был Mr.ASFAS. И до скорой встречи.
Let's change the subject. You fasting for Yom Kippur, Mr. Kalu?
Yeah, let's change the subject, you going motherfucker. How about baseball?
You're not denying you're a Jew, Mr. Kalu.
This is America. It's not Germany. It's not a crime.
Some people don't like Jews, Mr. Kalu.
Yeah, and I guess you're one of them.
Gage hated Jews, didn't he, Mr. Kalu?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You left-wing leaning parasite. You expect me to sit here and listen to your drivel?
You call me that? You sit there and you call me those names, you goddamn goy butt snatcher? You and that stup Gage!
Why did you do it, Mr. Kalu?
Gage. He's in the Chamber of Commerce. He's in with all those momsers. He blocked every proposal I ever put forward. Kike this and kike that. He's been trying to ruin my business for years.
Edgar Kalu, I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Everett Gage. I respect your beliefs and your right to hold them. I hope for your sake the jury can commute to murder in the second degree. May God have mercy on you, sir.
Masterfully done, Officer Phelps. It is just Officer Phelps, isn't it, lad?
Yes, sir.
Then let me have a word with the Chief of Police, young Phelps. The department needs heroes. A shining, honest face the public can admire. I applaud a man with your talent for unwavering justice. Back to your duties for now, boy. But here's a piece of advice. Get yourself 2 suits, get them pressed. You'll be needing.